supernatural creatures, the whistling man of hollow pines. Welcome to Urban Saga Chronicles, brave wanderers of the bizarre. I'm Norman Wartz, and tonight, our descent into the dark goes deeper, where shadows mimic your voice, and whistles mean death. This is Supernatural Creatures, and tonight, we walk the forgotten trails of hollow pines, where a single whistle is the last sound you'll ever hear. Tonight, we meet the Whistling Man, the first whistle in the small town of Carroll Creek, nestled beside the dense, cursed woods of hollow pines. People know one rule: never whistle after dark. Why? Because he'll answer. Local hunter Bradley Haynes went missing in 2014. Last seen entering the forest before sunset. Hours later, hikers reported hearing a man's whistle, followed by screams and a second whistle lower, slower and not human. His body was never found, only his boots, upright, facing each other, as if he'd been plucked from inside them. Chilling opening. Weeks later, hikers found a cell phone in the woods. Its last video showed Bradley pointing into the trees, whispering, "Do you hear that?" Venus shadow zipped behind him. The screen went black. Origins of the Whistling Man. The legend dates back to 1891. A woodsman named Ezekiel Holt was lynched by townsfolk after being accused of dark rituals deep in the pine groves. They said he whistled to the trees and they whistled back. They buried him at the edge of the forest. No marker. But that night, the wind carried a single, drawn-out whistle from the woods. And 3 of the men who hung him were found the next day. Throats crushed, eyes frozen wide, their lips curled like they were trying to whistle. Mind-warping history. Town records show that after Ezekiel's death, every person who ever whistled near hollow pines either went mad or disappeared. And one foothound dated shows a dark figure crouched in the treetops, his mouth stretched unnaturally wide, mid-whistle. What the Whistling Man looks like. He's not a ghost, not a man. They say he crawls like a spider across the canopy, body gaunt and stretched, head tilted to listen, face blank, until he smiles. Witnesses describe a mouth that splits ear to ear, teeth blackened like burnt wood, and hollow eyes that glow dim green like rotten moss. He doesn't walk, he perches, and whistles your name in your own voice. Horror visual strike. One survivor, a camper named Lena, said, "I heard myself whistling from the tent, but I was inside, alone, zipped up. When she looked out, she saw a figure crouched near the fire, mimicking her movements. And then it cocked its head and grinned." Recent sightings and disturbing evidence. In 2022, a viral TikTok video was posted by a user hiking through hollow pines at dusk. They jokingly whistled a nursery tune. The video ends with the camera facing the user, who says, "Guys, listen, someone just whistled it back." Then, a second whistle, but with a gurgle underneath it. Their flashlight flickers. Their face contorts. The account was deleted. The hiker was never found. But the audio was saved. And experts say the whistle was inhumanly low, with 5 overlapping tones. No human voice can do that. Terrifying audio evidence. Sound analysts cleaned up the audio. Hidden beneath the whistle, a voice whispering backwards, "I see you in the dark." The curse and how to survive. Here's what the old lore says. Never whistle in the woods after sunset. If you hear a whistle, do not respond. If the whistling gets closer, close your eyes and cover your mouth. The Whistling Man feeds on acknowledgement. Once you interact, you're marked. Some say he whistles to weaken your soul. And when you scream, he climbs into your lungs. Final warning. A local ranger said he found a man in a cabin, face down on the floor, mouth stretched so wide his jaw had cracked. The window was open, and carved into the sill were 3 words: "Whistle me home." Final thoughts. Another night, another creature clawing from the shadows of forgotten stories. But the next time you're out late, and a breeze brushes your neck, and a faint whistle reaches your ears, remember, not every tune deserves an answer. Have you heard a whistle where there shouldn't be one? Do you think the whistling man is real or a myth with teeth? Drop your experience or thoughts in the comments. Who knows? Your story may be the next one we whisper. I'm Norman Warts. Sleep well, and don't whistle in the dark.